It's 3 a.m., I'm wide awake, and we are currently enjoying a rather moonless night. Perfect opportunity for some more LP work. Immediately after I finished recording last time, I dropped a save using the save items I showed off early in the last video set. So let's continue on from there. And it apparently dumps me at the start of the room. Is everything still intact? No, it is not. Okay, so apparently I need to redo everything that I did in this room. This should only take a second though. Let's see. There was some bullets over here. Phosphorus charges and some magnesium rounds. And then there was, yes, shotgun here. You can rotate it using the arrow keys, of course. See, 3 barrels. Very nice. Hopefully it's as powerful as it would seem to be from being a triple-barreled fucking shotgun. And first aid kit. And now we just open up this coffin here. Oh no, Lean's dead. Yeah, I just skipped it. Whatever. Grab the gilded key. And let's bust down this door. I don't believe there was anything else I grabbed. Okay, so continuing onward, live commentary, blind run, no idea what the hell to expect. Let's see what's behind door number 1. A staircase. Okay, that was pretty anticlimactic right there. And it unequips my weapons when I load saves, apparently. Well, fortunately that's easily remedied. Doorway.
Carnby? Carnby, answer me.
Aline, I thought you were dead.
I did too. I'm not cut out for this kind of place. I want this to stop right now.
I understand.
You understand? You understand? You don't understand anything. I don't know what you, Johnson, or Professor Morton wanted me, but I'm asking for this nightmare to stop right now.
Aline, get a grip on yourself. Where are you?
In some room. But I can't get to you. One of the doors is locked, and I can crack the other one, but there's some heavy object blocking it. When I think it's Obed Morton who locked me in here, and I wanted to help him.
Don't move. I'll come free you.
Is that the best you can do?
Yes, that's the best I can do.
Well, okay. Hurry up.
Well, someone's on the rag. Speaking of which, let's take a look at some other stuff here. I didn't actually read through the journal last time, so let's take a look at that. This is Fisk's journal. It's covered in his blood, so it seemingly was on him when he died. Let's see what he has to say. I'll read it to you, so if you want to, you can just slide that bar along or hit pause and read it and avoid me reading over it. Whatever you want to do, go ahead. My interest in Shadow Island goes back to the period when I worked for the Bureau 713. My director, Christopher Lamb, gave me the case investigating Obed Morton, a young anthropology professor born on the island. Obed Morton, the island, the Abkhanis Amerindians, and a number of events of varying drama all seem to be somehow linked by some dark secret. Bureau 713 was originally charged with investigating, containment, and undermining of small groups of communists and their sympathizers, who were acting, or likely to act, within the territory of the United States. However, I quickly understood that Christopher Lamb had a, let us say, more personal idea of the Bureau's mission. Lamb, a mysterious and manipulative character, seemed to be almost obsessed with the occult. No shit, Sherlock. The paranormal and magic. I can't say that I ever really understood his true objectives, but the reports that were sent to him, and which sometimes came through my desk, were more often concerned with a group of Satanists here or there, or such and such a sacrifice, or even this or that voodoo bewitchment. Typical paperwork stuff, I'm sure. Then about the movements of the communist agent saboteurs that finally proved so inoffensive. Yeah, the Cold War was a huge, huge fucking disappointment. It's a shame we didn't all die horribly. Eh. The Bureau 713 itself seemed to have developed an atmosphere of mystery. Everything became compartmentalized. We were cut off from one another. Contacts between agents themselves were becoming rare. However, the means at Lamb's disposal seemed bottomless. I can't believe that Lamb could have carried out such sweeping operations without some support from very high places. The early start of a very large, overworking conspiracy that is no doubt linked to those two shadowy individuals that we saw there a little while ago. And, I mean, come on. You saw that little intro video there. I'm going to say that if one of those shadowy dudes isn't a major villain and Aline's father, I will eat my fucking hat. The number and diversity of the cases we were working up didn't stop rising during the 5 years I spent at the Bureau. It was in '78, during my last 6 months there, that Lamb asked me to write up a report on Obed Morton. The man had what it takes to arouse interest. And to arouse women, from what I hear. Apparently, Obed is some kind of slang word for huge dick. The last child of one of the most powerful families of the Boston aristocracy, fuck. Okay, my English is fucking horrible. Okay, deal with it. Morton was one of the youngest professors at Massachusetts. At 24, he had written a brilliant doctorate. His studies on the Abcanis tribe were remarkable for their clarity and profundity. Jesus Christ, for a cop, this guy is fucking wordy as all shit. Very quickly, however, his scientific work seemed to get infected with a personal involvement that undermined his objectivity. During one of his classes, he shared with his students the fabulous archaeological discoveries of his grandfather, Jeremy Morton, who had made it on Shadow Island. Oh, excuse me. The fabulous archaeologist discoveries that his grandfather, Jeremy Morton, had made on Shadow Island, a Morton family possession since the beginning of the 19th century. And this is where the whole thing starts to become some sort of A&E documentary. A few years later, to a packed floor of half-amused, half-worried colleagues, he gave a demonstration of the magical properties of a charm he had found on the island system of tunnels. He was persuaded that the charm enabled the wearer to retain a precise and clear memory of the events he lived. More than once, he evoked the world of darkness, a kind of hell on earth, which, if we believe him, is the origin of all evil that has come to the world since the arrival of modern man. Okay, two things here. It's apparently some sort of memory-improving charm. That sounds suspiciously like the save charm we've been using so far, I think. I'm guessing they're doing some sort of bizarre handwave there. And the world of darkness is apparently the bullshit that we are currently going through. And I'm going to guess that those tablets we're after happen to be involved with the world of darkness somehow. Just a hunch. Just a fucking hunch, okay? I don't know for sure, but I'm kind of banking on those fucking tablets being somehow related to throwing open the gates of hell and summoning a shitload of demons. Just a hunch. His whole work in the last few years for the university had been consecrated to the translation of ancient symbols on a few pieces of bark. All this was the cause of a fierce argument I had with Lamb. I failed to see what this Obed Morton and Shadow Island had to do with the Bureau's mandate. Lamb immediately demanded my resignation and obliged me to sign a ridiculously strict contract of confidentiality. The talking down that followed contained more threats than advice. That led me to do a little investigating of my own into Lamb. The least one can do... Shit. I have fucking horrible ability to read these things sometimes. Especially when I'm the least one can do... Jesus Christ. I'm tired, okay? The least one can say is that he had covered his tracks. Christopher Lamb was born in 1938 in Kassa, Hungary. I suddenly sound like some kind of fucking biography piece here. Sorry. When his father was shot for war crimes in 1946, his family immigrated to the United States with a borrowed name. A powerful network, including many of his father's old friends, gave him a lift up the ranks in a number of para-government agencies specializing in the fight against communism. In 1971, he became director of the highly secret Bureau 713. The Bureau was involved in a number of dodgy operations, black ops, stuff in American territory, but also in a number of friendly countries. Essentially, these guys are the secret police. They're sort of like the CIA, but bad. Ooh, evil, spooky. Yeah, essentially. Surrounding himself with a personal guard of ultra-nationalist militants, Lamb became a veritable state within a state. He was untouchable. The congressmen who had been calling for the closure of Bureau 713 after the fall of the Berlin Wall seemed to have given up. Rumors talk of pressure on them and their families. Lamb was the victim of a suicide attack by a left-wing activist. As a souvenir, he is paralyzed at the neck. Evil people always seem to end up in wheelchairs. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but evil people always seem to be in wheelchairs. Wheelchairs are evil. You see a guy in a wheelchair, just shoot him. You know, save us all the possibility he's going to open the gates of hell at some point. Just saying. Or, you know, create a evil virus that decimates the population, or, well, you know, any of the other bullshit that people in wheelchairs are responsible for. Fuck people in wheelchairs. Just saying. It's just a hypothesis, but it seems to me that Lamb and Obed Morton got in touch about the tablets the billionaire had used at the conferences. Morton had been known to associate them with the kind of apocalypse in which the darkness would walk the earth. No doubt Lamb saw in it another opportunity to increase his power. From this time I have kept only a charm. I know nothing of its role or significance. And that's that. That is the journal and all of the information that we have on that. No new notes there, of course, and this is apparently the charm he was talking about, I'm guessing. So that should cover all that. There's your backstory. Dicks. Why do they turn off my flashlight during cutscenes? That is just fucking evil. Seriously. You think you would leave your flashlight on when you're being hunted by living fucking shadows? Oh, okay, there is a free look button. Apparently, it was the one button I wasn't touching. And there's no button to manually reload, I don't think. There we go.
Aline?
No answer. She's probably busy killing something. Hold up, I actually do need to check that. Just bear with me for a sec. Yeah, I really hate how the controls on this fucking thing are set up. Yeah, there's no reload button. Wonderful. Don't you just love that? Well, guess it's time to manually reload again. Or automatically reload. What exactly would you call that kind of reload? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's look around this place. That appears to be used in some sort of puzzle. I'm guessing that entire... A marble bust, quite reasons. There is a mechanism at the base of the bust. Okay, I don't have the key for this. Alright, so apparently Morton is some sort of millionaire who got his hands on these tablets that are responsible for bringing back the end of the world. And there's this other dude named Lamb who owns Bureau 713, who is this big group that Fisk used to work for. They've become a bit of a paranormal agency, even though they were originally created to keep track of communists and shit like that. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Oh, light switch. How nice. Ordinary clock. I'm guessing there's something I have to set somewhere around here. Ashes are still warm.